Welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for the Nintendo GameCube. Alright my friends, so we finally got that Deku mask off of our head, and now we just have to go ahead and speak to this guard. He sees that we have a weapon, and he's going to let us go. Thank you! We can now leave Clocktown. And for the first time ever, we're witnessing Termina Field, the paralleled world version of Hyrule Field. And we're going to be heading over to the Southern Swamp. But before we can do that, we have to witness a cutscene. Now my first question on this field is, what the heck is that thing there? I have no idea. It's like some killer blob. It does damage, but normally contains an item, and in this case is a magic jar. Very strange enemies. But if you look over there seems to be a picture on that tree. We can't avoid the cutscene, we have to witness it, so let's go ahead and see what this is. Now that looks like a familiar face. Yes, and there's two fairies there as well. Who could that be, I wonder? Little memory moment happening for our fairy friend here. So basically the story is that the two fairies were just, I don't know, flying around Termina Field, and they come across the Skull Kid basically hiding out. And I think they were trying to find some shelter because, as you can see, it's raining, it's pretty cold out and horrible, so they see that hollow log type thing that we just run through. They keep dry, and then they're like, okay, this is a great place to stay, and they stay warm together and it's great. And all of a sudden they're like, hang on a second, what the hell is that thing down there? And it's the Skull Kid. Pretty darn cold, actually. So thankfully the fairies in this case keep him warm. Otherwise, who knows, maybe he would have died of hypothermia. Maybe this game would never have happened. Who knows? A lot of stories. A lot of stories to be untold, but the story here is that the Skull Kid has always been a bit of a mischievous character. Played like pranks on people. He's got a very sort of, I wouldn't say sick sense of humour, but a very cheeky sense of humour. But I think deep down he's a pretty good guy. There's that drawing. But he let his mischievousness, or whatever you want to call it, go to the next level. And he does something a little bit naughty in a minute. He goes over to the happy mask salesman who's just chilling in the middle of nowhere for some reason, and he steals the Majora's Mask. And this is where trouble happens for our little Skull Kid friend, because that mask comes with a tremendous amount of power, and it's not a good level of power, that's for sure. So that's the story behind that. The Skull Kid got left behind, he was playing tricks and he was joking around, he got into an argument with his friends and they abandoned him. And he basically just stayed there until them two fairies come along and helped him. And now here we are, trying to stay alive. There's Tingle again, floating up there on that big balloon thing. Again, if you want to buy a map, this is where you go to do that. I've only got 2 rupees and I don't see that jackass giving me any discounts, so I'm going to leave that for now. But thankfully I do know my way around this game relatively easy, so I shouldn't need to buy that many maps anyway. Plus the maps are free in the dungeons anyway, so that is definitely helpful. I'll tell you something, if Tingle turned up at the temple entrances, like money bags from the Spyro games, I said, yeah, I'll have about 50 rupees please, for this map, otherwise you're not going to make it, and he just doesn't let you through, that would really suck. But thankfully, yeah, the maps, the compasses, they're still, you know, the same. Whoa, there we go, that was close. You only get 5 jumps on the water as Deku Link, and then you sink through and basically die. So, that's the thing, but I do like to play as Deku Link on the water because you get across the water a lot quicker that way, I find. When you play as normal Link, you have to swim, and that can take a little bit of time up for us. But Deku Link, he's quite fast. I mean, he does this like spinning attack thing that actually gains a little bit of speed as well. I mean, imagine Link, when he rolls, he does damage as well. I mean, that's pretty much the gist here with Deku Link. It's quite a cool move. But we come into this Lost Woods-like area thing, and there's this little monkey, and he's like, yeah, just, you might want to follow me, because some shit's going down in here. So we're just sort of sticking up with this guy. And there's these really creepy things in here. They're like giant turtle type things with spikes on them. Who would have guessed that something would exist in this world? Something as terrifying as that. And of course they try and kill you, because nearly everything does in this universe. I mean, I'm pretty sure this monkey's going to turn on us at some point, but if we come around here, there is this witch down here. You might recognise this one. They have they're basically twin sisters. The other one's in the shop. We're going to go and see her in a minute. But we had to come here first because this one's pretty injured and she could do with a red potion. And the Skull Kid is the one that's doing all of this. He's causing mischief everywhere. And unfortunately we don't have a potion to give her, so we have to go and get one. She's not very happy with that. And why would she be? She's nearly dead. So we have to go and see her twin sister, who's somehow running this shop in the middle of the southern swamp. She must have a pretty generous landlord. I don't see her getting that much custom here to keep this shop open. But it's in a tree, so I don't know. Maybe she doesn't have to have a permit there. I don't know, I'm not going to question logic like that in this game, but let's go ahead and talk to her twin sister and get ourselves a potion. Gotta love that scream. Yeah, your sister Kume is in the forest. The Lost Woods-like area. I mean, I don't even know if that's connected to the Lost Woods, but I'm going to call it the Lost Woods in this case because that's pretty much what it is. It's the Tamina version of the Lost Woods. But thankfully we get a free red potion here, which does mean that we get to keep the bottle as well. So that's a thing. And there's about 7 bottles in this game as well, I think. There's a lot more. So unlike Ocarina of Time where there's only 4 bottles, there's an extra 3 in this game. I don't know if I'm going to be collecting all 7 of them, although if you do have all 7 bottles it makes the game a lot easier, because when you get to the Great Temple Bay area, it's like the Water Temple, there's something you have to do before that which involves bottles. Why did I go that way again? There's like little Zora eggs, and you have to basically harvest them in bottles, but the more bottles you've got, the less trips you have to make to the place where they're all hidden. It's a long story, but we'll check that out later on anyway. Got a little while till then. But first of all, let's get to this witch, and let's give her the red potion. Alright, sorry about the wait. I wasn't that long, was I? Say, can I have the bottle back afterwards? That would make my life a ton easier. There you go, there's a bottle of blood, or whatever this concoction is that you're drinking. I have no idea what goes into these red potions. Alright, so that pretty much revitalises her. She gets back onto her broom, and she goes to her own shop. They both have their own shops, and she says that she's the swamp tour guide. She runs a boat cruising place, so she's like, come on by, I'll give you a free ride. So that's what we're going to go and do now. Because there's a little bit of a story behind these monkeys that keep popping up everywhere. They're like, you have strange powers, no? Me been watching you. Lately, this swamp filled with poison water. Temple above waterfall strange, brother go to temple. But brother no able to find temple entrance, temple for Deku only. Brother captured by Deku, now in palace. Help. So basically, yeah, their brother is been held captive now by the Deku tribe, or whatever you want to call them. And it's our job to basically help him out. And one thing I love about this, if you keep up with these monkeys, you actually see them disappear there. You see that? They actually vanished. They don't really have, I don't know. They don't show where they go at this point. They kind of disappear and arrive at their next location in the game for us. But yeah, this is a lot easier just to use these lily pads to get across this stream because, I don't know. If I was a speedrunner, I just think I'd take advantage of that fact. So, here we go. This is the boating cruise place. And I have to say, I do love the fact that they kept a lot of the character models. Like in here, for example, you've got the guy that's from the shop Bazaar in Ocarina of Time, but he's a little bit pimped out. He's got some glasses on his head or whatever that is. We can come and speak to him later on, but first of all, let's talk to Kume. Oh yeah, it's only for humans only. I keep forgetting that. Right, yeah, I just transformed, but you'll still give me a deal, right? A free ride. Hell yeah. So we get a pictograph box, we get to take pictures, and I'm getting memories from the Wind Waker already. Okay, so if we take a picture, we can show it to that guy that's from Bazaar in Ocarina of Time. then he'll give us a small portion of money. But if we take a picture of Tingle and show it to him, he'll give us a piece of heart, because that's actually his son in this game, believe it or not. I know, that's a little bit crazy as well. I thought that was very strange when I found that out. And he's not very impressed with his son, let's put it that way. So now we just get to enjoy this lovely scenery of a creepy parallel world swamp. And yeah, just get to enjoy the ride. Kind of reminds me of Pokemon Snap, actually. I'm not going to bother with the pictograph box because I'm not actually going to be going to that guy yet anyway. But something that I might do before we get to the temple, our first temple, I might slow time down. I'll show how to do that later on in the game, but first of all, we have to get there. We take out this Octorok thing, whatever you want to call it. And now the water is poison. This is like the little crossover point, basically. If we get out here, we're going to start taking damage from this poisonous purple looking water. So we really kind of had to get the boat. You can get here without it, but you know, obviously that octopus thing was there and we couldn't get past, so... We're now at Deku Palace. The swamp water is poisonous here, so watch your step. I'm going to disembark here, I think. Otherwise you could go back and show that guy the picture you took or whatever else. But for this you're going to want to be Deku Link, because there's a certain restricted access that we have to bypass here. We kind of have to be a Deku scrub. Because the place is run by Dekus, so we have to be one of their kind to actually be granted permission. So this is the Deku Palace. Now there's, certain things that we can do here. First of all, let's go ahead and talk to these guys. They're like the guards of this place. Only official business may enter, but you may enter to see the public humiliation of the foolish monkey who angered our king. Follow this hall straight to the royal chamber. Do not enter any other areas whatsoever. Well, sorry, but that's what I'm about to do. So there's two things that we can do. There's one there and there's one there. These routes actually take us to different places. One of us takes us to a piece of heart, which I think is this one. Let me just quickly see. No, this isn't the piece of heart. Let's see. It doesn't really matter which order you do this in. In that case, I'm going to have to try this again. As I showed off there, if you get seen by one of the guards, you get immediately thrown back here, which isn't that bad, because we're basically right at the start anyway, so... I'll be careful now, and adapt some skills that I picked up throughout Deus Ex Human Revolution in the avenue of stealth, and try and sneak around these people. Try and get past them. At night time, they actually have dots in front of their eyes to show you where their vision field goes to. So that's quite cool, at least you can see where they are at that point. Right, okay, we're safe now. We're safe for now, actually, should I say. Let's see, yeah, I think this might actually be for the piece of heart, so I'm actually going the right way. I wanted to start off with that, but I got confused at the start because I don't know which one goes where. Actually, back off. Oh, wow, that was a bit risky. That was a little bit risky. Grab these rupees, keep the riskiness going, and let's go ahead and grab ourselves a piece of heart. There we go, right. Pretty much our second piece of heart in the game, I think. Let's deliberately get caught now, because when we do that, we get sent back to the start, and it just saves us a little bit of time. Now these guys aren't very happy because we keep on disobeying them. I told you not to enter any areas other than the royal chamber. It is a very rare occasion that you are allowed to enter, so do as I say. I'm not going to do as you say. I'm going to go this way. Because now what we have to do is we have to get ourselves some magic beans. I know, this game just keeps on getting crazier. Alright, let's try and sneak around you somehow. I saw the other guy go down there, so hopefully I can time this right, get around these guys down there and get myself some extra rupees. Lovely stuff, there we go. Puts us up to 53, I might have to bank that up later on. Because yeah, after the 3-day cycle, if you don't store your money away in the bank, you actually lose all your money. So if you remember in the first episode, we went back to day 1, we lost all of our items if you didn't see. That means all Deku nuts that you have, all money that you have, everything that you basically have disappears. So I want to store my money away in the bank. I'll do that later on. First of all, I want to get to the temple in one piece and hopefully sneak past these guards. Alright, there we go. Now down here is the magic bean selling merchant that we encountered in Ocarina of Time. And thankfully for us, he's going to give us one free sample. So that's actually really good. We don't actually have to buy this, but if we did, I had some money on me anyway. So we can go ahead and plant that. But one problem that you might encounter if you don't do this is you're going to need some water. Because we don't have the Song of Storms, so we need to make sure that we have some water to get that magic bean growing very quickly. Otherwise we're going to encounter some trouble. Right, okay, let's grab ourselves some extra free money, why the hell not, and... Assassin! Nope, you can't snipe these guys out like you can with the Gerudos in Ocarina of Time, you just kind of have to get caught or avoid them. Now, you'll notice these lily pads here. Take these all the way around this corner up here, because that's where you're going to need to go. And thankfully we don't get affected by the poison water, we can jump across it perfectly fine, but obviously after 5 jumps you're kind of screwed. Right, let's get our magic bean. Take the mask off, plant this bean, and we've got our water all ready to go. Now this part I can actually find a little bit frustrating at times, so hopefully we're going to do this alright in one attempt, because this can be very tedious and time consuming if you do it wrong, so... Alright, let's go ahead and become Deku Link once again. And what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to go over that maze obstacle course by using the little flower jump pads that we encountered right at the start of this game. These things right here. And if you miss the jump, then you guess it, you're going to fall down there and get sent back to the beginning, which means, of course, going over the poison water again and getting all the way back to where I currently am. And I don't really intend on doing that, so please excuse my concentration if I am very quiet for this section of the game. I'm just trying not to fall off here, because otherwise that's not a fun time having to get all the way back, so... Oh, wait, there you go. Sometimes you have to hold off before you jump. Oh, damn it, did the cutscene actually save you from that? Yeah, it did. That sucks. Let's get rid of you. Do not try and jump to the towards their flower pad until you've killed them. Because first of all, the flower pad will not appear, and second of all, they'll probably hit you in midair and you'll go flying down into, I don't know, the mosh pit of security down there. That's what I'm going to call it. The Deku mosh pit of security. That is the most descriptive wording I have for this process. Right, there's another one over there, and normally this guy gives me a little bit of trouble, but, like that. Sometimes they can actually deflect your bubble blast with a Deku Nut. That really sucks, but second time we got through it alright. I nearly missed that jump. Right, it's the moving platforms that can throw you sometimes because you have to time them very well. There you go. Right, I think this might actually be the last Deku Scrub that we have to take out, so... Yeah, that is the last one, so we've only got about 2 or 3 more jump pads and then we're home free. Yeah, this is the last one. Once we make this jump, we are basically done with this segment of the game, and I'm pretty happy about that. So as you saw, that platform over there raised up a little bit. And that's because we have to get to the higher up platform just at the top there. I don't know if you can see that, but we have to basically get there. So I'm going to try and time this glide to the platform here. There we go. And that's it. Thankfully, we got through this without any scrapes. That segment of the game can be a little bit tedious. One little knockback in midair and that's it. You're pretty much boned and you have to do the whole thing again. Right, let's go. Now we get to witness this monkey that's being held captive. Alright, where are you? There you are. Just chilling down there attached to that pole. You're not having a very good time, are you? I'm sure of it. Now, he won't talk to us if we're a Deku, so we have to make sure that we're human for this. How did you get in here? If they see you, they'll capture you. What? My brothers asked for your help? I'm terribly sorry. Just try to cut my rope, we'll talk after that. No, we can't reach, I'm sorry. Pretty facile attempt there actually, wasn't it? Be better off trying to take the pole out of here actually, but let's be Deku Link and get our ocarina out for this one, because the monkey's going to teach us a song, and this is the song that grants us access to the temple itself, so make sure that you actually learn this. By the way, who are you? And Deku Link's like, come on man, we're running out of time. Right, teach me that song, otherwise I can't help you out whatsoever. You're explaining everything that you've done, are you? I get the gist. But the more that we talk about it, the more risky this operation becomes. The princess is in trouble, so I must somehow hurry to the temple and save her. I understand. Don't put no first like the owl at Ocarina of Time. Just teach me the damn song. I'll go in your place and save the princess. Okay, right, here we go. Our first dungeon entrance song. Okay. I can't remember exactly how many songs are in this game, but I think it is similar to Ocarina of Time. I think there might be about 10 songs in total, but for some reason I got this idea that there might be less songs than that. Let's see, there's the Goron's Lullaby, there's this one, there's the Song of Healing, the Oath to Order, I think the Scarecrow song is in this as well, actually. There probably is close to 10 songs in this, actually, thinking about it. Alright, so this melody awakens those who have fallen into a deep sleep. So the songs actually have powers, and we can use that song to awake people as well. And of course getting inside the dungeon, which is what we're going to basically do. They're not very happy because they've seen what's just been going on, and they're going to commence the monkey's punishment, so we kind of have to make a little bit of haste here now. You'd better take the shortcut to the Deku people, used to get the Woodfall Temple, or whatever that means. You must hurry, if you don't I'll be punished by the Deku King. Okay, let's make supreme haste here. So as you can see, there's a lily pad over there. Can I reach it from here? Yes I can, great. And let's just climb up here and go this way now, because this is the way that we need to go to get to the temple. Right, so this is like another part of the swamp that we haven't been to yet. There are some flying enemies there. I tend to take these guys out first, because whilst you're flying they can knock you down, and that can be very annoying actually. Nope, alright, come a little bit closer then. There you go. They're not very powerful, they're just a little bit annoying. Just like the Deku shrubs. There you go, right, they're taken out now. And actually, come to think of it, we learn another song here. We learn the Song of Soaring, which is very, very good, because if you've already encountered them, which we have, the owl statues that are located all the way around this game, you can actually teleport to them. They're like teleportation stones. So as long as you've hit them with the Master Sword, that'd be great actually to have that. As long as you've hit them with the sword and activated them, you can teleport to them wherever you are. So, because this game is based solely around time, and time can be very short, that's actually very helpful to do that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and learn that right now. And we do witness another familiar face here actually. Look at that, it's the owl from Ocarina of Time as well. I'm not sure if it's the exact same owl, but yeah, the same music plays, and he seems to be all that is normal as far as owls go in this game. Alright, well, he's standing on top of the Song Stone, so we're going to take a look at that and basically learn the Song of Soaring. He basically tells us what I've just told you guys about the owl statues all located around the place. Okay, let's go ahead and learn this song. Nice to see you again, but don't quite need to anymore, because I've got this. I've got the stone, and I've got the song, and I've got the trumpets, and I'm ready to go. Yeah, this is probably one of our, I don't know, most effective and useful songs in the game actually, because like I said, this game is solely based around time, and oh crap, you don't always have the greatest amount of time to get to where you want to be. So it's always just a good idea to make sure that you've got this, just in case you need to teleport somewhere. And free travelling all over the place can actually eat into your time more than anything else, because it's not really, I would say, as open as Hyrule Field, but you can still travel to loads of different places, and that still eats into your time. So as long as you've got the owl statues, you can get to wherever you want to be. Alright. So more poisonous water down there, but that will clear once we clear the temple, because that is what we're here for. Look at that moon, man. That is really, really, really unsettling. Okay, so Believe it or not, this part can actually cause a little bit of trouble because you've got these little, I don't know, insect things that are patrolling across this log platform here. They take about 2 or 3 hits. So I'm just trying to take this very carefully because whilst you're locked on, you can actually fall off, and obviously you haven't got a lot of running space down there on that water. So I'm just taking this very, very slowly. Can I get you from here? Yes, I can. That's good. Right, try it again. Come on. There you go. Right, and there's another one of these Deku shrubs up here as well, which of course we have to kill. There we go. And the one that normally throws me off, believe it or not, is that one down there, which hopefully I can get from here. I should be able to, hopefully. Can I get you from here? Oh, it sucks. Come on, I must be able to. I'm pretty sure that just destroyed his Deku nut. Come on. No, I don't think I'll be able to. I might actually have to just be careful here, I think. Okay. He has actually knocked me off before, so if I try and take this carefully... There we go. Yeah, I have I've landed down just as he's fired a Deku nut before, and it's actually knocked me off the ledge, and that's it. That's like pretty much game over at that point. Okay. I actually find that patience is one of the best keys in this game, because the more you rush around, the more you kind of get yourself into trouble. Like if I had rushed that segment of the game, I probably would have fallen into the water. But we're pretty much here now, at the entrance to our first temple of the game. And there it is, the Deku Scrub Mark. And this is pretty much where we play the Awakening song, and the temple will actually arise out of that water there, believe it or not. I don't know if you can see where the water is dispersing, but that means that there's something underneath there. An entire temple, that is. Right, so I'm probably going to be leaving the episode here, but first things first, I'm going to activate this owl statue because I can save my game here, and I can also teleport to this stone as well, so all good times for us. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the playthrough, and you'll join me in the next episode, where we go into our first temple of the game. Alright guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.